So I'm doing painting and bodywork, so I'm going to work on that fender in a bit. But I built a temporary paint booth. I'll show you. So we get all the way to the far side of the garage so you can see it. So there's a wide angle view of it. It's just a temporary structure. There's an exit fan and an entrance fan. The exit fan just tries to get some of the paint out of the air so it doesn't contaminate everything. And then I've got my secondary air tank here and my big gun and my regulator against the wall. And then I've got the door ready to go. I just hit it with 600 grit, block sanded it, cross hatched it just to, this is the only area here that I was concerned about, so I've got it flat again. And there's my clear. It's been stirred up and it's ready to rock. I'm going to pour it into the gun in a sec and boom boom. I'm going to shoot it. So anyway, I will hopefully get through all of this painting over the next couple of days. Let's take a peek. There she is. Keep working on the other panels. This one's come out okay. So I found a few more. You know, I pulled the panels out of storage and looked at them really carefully, and as I said, there's a few places that were blistered. Mainly I think solvent pops, where you're just putting on too much paint too quickly and not letting the solvent fully flash off between coats, and then get a little bit of a pimple that forms. Just had a few spots, so I've been cleaning them up. Yeah, I've got, so one door is shot and one fender. The other door is prepped pretty much, or very close to being fully prepped. And then I've just finished clear coat on this guy. And I got 4 coats of clear. I had rebased it and re-cleared it. Everything else, yeah, I should have around 4 coats. So anyway, the new paint booth is working well. I'm getting my technique down, so I'm happy that I've built this thing. Cleaner air, no junk in the paint, and no water in the paint, and surface prep is better, blah 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 blah. So these other 2 panels, this one I'm going to sand down now and get ready. It's going to go into the booth next. Well, I got all the panels through the paint booth. They're finished on the painting. This one's had 600 grit up to 1500 grit wet sanding done just to check the surface, see if there's any loopers before I tear the paint booth down. And yeah, so when you've got it in that matte finish, you can sort of see any, once you've knocked all the orange peel off, you can certainly see any potential problems. Jumps right out. And then when you hit it with the polisher, of course, the gloss hides everything again. But this is a good time to look carefully at it and go, have I got it done right? So, and yeah, so 4 coats of clear on all the panels, so that there's lots of meat to work with on the wet sanding, and still provide a nice gloss, nice depth of gloss when it's done. Well, it's a little risky wet sanding 24 hours after the clear goes on, but you know, you just gotta be gentle with it. And the nice thing is that it sands off a lot easier. So I built it up again from 600 to 1500, and just double checking to see if I've got everything the way it should be. And yeah, so both fenders look like they're going to be great. I've only wet sanded one of the 2 of them. I'll do the other door and the other fender tomorrow. And I did all my other touch-up on the car body itself as well. There were a couple little areas where I needed to get in there and fix things, and masked off and sprayed, and yeah, so looking good, feeling good about this. I'm going to go out for dinner now. So the door cards are a bit of a pain. Got to mask out the silver stripe and the red stripe. Slow process. It took several hours. And I've cut the elastic because I'm going to replace it. So it's just a little easy to paint inside. And I've already shot this panel here. So I'm using something called Varikote rather than Bond, which is the Parasol product. It's kind of like a surface dye rather than a paint. And it just gives it a bit more of a shine than what I've used elsewhere in the car. I use this on the back of the seat, so I'm going to shoot the second panel and then I'm done for the evening. In fact, I can tear the paint booth down because I finished all of the paint panels. Well, it turned out, but it's interesting. One of the doors, the driver door, this is the passenger door. The passenger door had a flawless chrome stripe, and the driver door had a couple of nicks out of it. When I went to remove the masking tape, absolutely all of the chrome came off this trim bit here, and on the shitty one, a couple little flakes came off. But anyway, I'll remove all the chrome off that one, and then I have some really nice chrome spray, and I'll get some plastic adhesion promoter, so I'll mask this off and I'll spray this, chrome it, and then I'll clear coat the chrome because the chrome is really delicate. I found that it doesn't stand up to any handling at all, so I'll give it a protective coat of clear after the chrome is on, and then these cards are done. I've also just finished painting the little vents, and yeah, I can start assembling the doors next. So actually, well, I'm going to have to wet sand some more and polish the doors because once all the bits are on, it's very, very hard to do that. Obviously, once the rubber and the striping is on the door, it's kind of impossible. So I'll get the doors prepped and then I can assemble them.